Okay, so this is going to be my official Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius prediction. So let's start by going through the tail of the tape. First of all, Deontay Wilder stands at 6 foot. They both stand at 6'7". Deontay Wilder has his 83-inch reach. His record reads 42 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, which he should be 42-3 because he lost 3 times to Fury, with 41 wins coming by way of knockout. Helenius is also 6'7". He has a 79-inch reach, and his record is 31-3, with 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Now, this is a very interesting fight. Okay, in my opinion, it is, and we have Plant and Durrell as the co-main, so it's not a bad card. Should it be pay-per-view? No, absolutely not. That's disgusting, but it is a very interesting little heavyweight bout. You got somebody in Deontay Wilder who is coming off 2 vicious knockout losses to the Gypsy King Tyson Fury, looking to get some momentum back against a, I don't know if it's not top 10, but a top 20 heavyweight and they both fought on the same card last year, so the time frame fits in. Nobody's coming off a big layoff, etc., so forth. It's a very interesting fight. In my opinion, we're going to see what Deontay Wilder has left. Obviously, you got to give the power edge to Deontay Wilder without much else, but you can give him the power edge. And to Deontay Wilder's credit, he has shown, even though I don't think he is the greatest chin in the world, that he is resilient. He will get off the floor and continue fighting. He's durable, to say the least, in my opinion. Robert Helenius is coming off back-to-back stoppage wins of Adam Kownacki. Robert Helenius is also a big goon. He doesn't have the greatest resume, but he's got sufficient power. He's got pretty good skills, I would say, and he's a big boy. Like I say, they're also at 6. They're both 6'7". He's got a good jab. In my opinion, he just needs to take the fight to Deontay Wilder, put combinations together like you just saw there. Get inside on Deontay Wilder's 4-inch reach. In my opinion, that's critical for him, is to get inside Wilder's reach. One thing you cannot do with guys who have that long arm reach to go along with the power, like a Tommy Hearns, like a Deontay Wilder, like a lanky frame for their weight class. You cannot afford to fight them on guys on the outside, because if they hit you on the extent of their punches, you go to sleep. So Robert Helenius, and I'm sure he knows this, obviously has to make it a dogfight, I think. And I think this is going to be a very good fight, people. I really do. I really have no issues with this fight other than it being on pay-per-view, just like I stated in my Andy Luis Ortiz prediction video. If you haven't watched that, by the way, it's been up for about a month. Please be sure to check that out. But Helenius needs to take the fight to Wilder. Like I say, not try to sit back and box him from the outside. Get inside his reach and make it a rough fight. Don't give him a chance to think. Don't give him a chance to plant his feet, set up his punches, especially from a distance, and given the fact that he has that 4-inch reach advantage. Another interesting thing is the fact that we don't know what Wilder's going to look like after being brutally knocked out from Tyson Fury twice and taking 2 brutal ass whippings. So it is an interesting fight, people. It really is, in my personal opinion. I think that, like I say, I really have no qualms with the fight, other than the fact that the PBC, with their money-hungry asses, decided to put it on pay-per-view. That's really my only issue with the fight. But like I say, Robert Helenius is a big man. He's tough. He'll get in there and mix it up. He's only been stopped once, which I believe was by Gerald Washington, if memory serves. And that's after 30-odd some fights. He has sufficient power, and he's got good boxing skills. And another thing that makes this fight interesting is that they've sparred before, Helenius and Wilder. So they probably both have a little bit of insight onto how the other man fights and as to what they need to do when they actually finally face each other come October the 15th. But, you know, like I say, I think it's a very interesting fight, man. It's a good bounce-back fight for Wilder, and it's a good opportunity for Robert Helenius to somewhat shake the division up a little bit by fighting a top 5 heavyweight and move himself up in the rankings and move a little bit closer to a title shot of his own. So, very interesting fight. In my personal opinion, I don't think the PBC, and here's another thing. Robert Helenius isn't the type of guy who's just going to come in there to lay down either. Okay? I have trouble seeing that. So, you know, I don't think, now, the problem is Robert Helenius doesn't move his head off the line a little bit. So, and he does get caught like that there. So for my official prediction, I'm going to take Deontay Wilder by an 8th round knockout. Okay? I think Robert Helenius is going to get in there. I think he's going to hurt him early on. I think he's gonna make it a very, very hard fight for Wilder, but somewhere along the line, he's going to get clipped. So I think round 6, somewhere between 6 and 8, I think Deontay Wilder gets him out of there. I would love to be wrong and love to see Robert Helenius win this fight. But I'm going to go with my gut here and say that Wilder gets him out of there. But again, I think Helenius is going to make this a very difficult fight for him. This is the opportunity of a lifetime for him. It's a chance. He's sparred with the man before. He knows him. He's going to make it an interesting fight, I think, people. So I think I'm going to say Wilder wins, but he's going to have to overcome adversity. And in that, we're going to have to see how much Deontay Wilder really still wants it. So I'm going to say Deontay Wilder by a 7th round knockout, actually, for my official prediction. But I think Helenius is going to make it a gritty, tough fight for Wilder, and Wilder's going to have to dig deep, and we're going to see how bad Deontay Wilder still wants it, you know? So that's my 2 cents anyways, people. God bless you all. Please hit the like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and have a wonderful afternoon. Salute.